Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. We're ready for prompt 4 for our spring into summer May prompts. Okay, welcome back. If you are new to the channel, I welcome you. I thank you guys so much for being here. So, we did a little skip around on the last one. We went down to prompt 5 and we did the paper down splatters. But I'm going to go back to 3 now. I'm kind of avoiding the snippet roll thing because I don't really have snippet rolls at all. So I'll have to really think on that one, or maybe throw together a paper snippet roll. I don't know. I just don't do them. So we're going to have to figure that one out. But we're going to do the jumbo tag and fabric for today's prompts. Now I'm going to kind of match it. Hold on there, guys. We're going to kind of match it to the pocket we did last time for prompt number 3, which was back here. So I'm going to kind of make a matching jumbo tag. Okay? And we're going to have some of these same elements to this pocket because the paper is beautiful. And that's from Control Art, as I told you before. So we're going to make this to go into this pocket right here, behind, not into this one. Okay. So, you guys remember when I did my splatters, I kind of sopped up some of the colors with this paper. And this is the contents from one of the vintage hymnal books that I have. And I thought we would use this one because I really like the table of contents. And it's going to be pretty wide because it is going to be jumbo. So we're going to trim this up. Now I got to make sure that it's going to fit in that pocket. So we're going to have to take probably most of it off the top because this has got a lot of pretty color right here. So we are going to trim this side. We want it to be jumbo. Should I come in more to make it more even to this side? I know I'm going to have to take off of here, so we're going to take off of here. And that didn't even go straight across there because it's warped now. I should have been more careful with that. Okay, much better. Okay. Do I want to take something off, a little bit off the bottom? I know there's a lot of pretty color there, but I want it to look, I don't want it to look too off, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, let's look and see if we're gonna, it's gonna be hard with this not being backed yet, but maybe I can just measure it by, okay, this will be perfect. And make sure it goes the other way. Oh yes, that'll be perfect. All right, we've got it. Probably didn't have to cut off as much as I did, but we did, so we're gonna deal with that. Okay, now I'm gonna back this, but also I had this misprint last week when I was doing that envelope. As you can see, I forgot to turn from portrait to landscape, and so we had a misprint. So now we're gonna use this, maybe this portion, and it's going to go on our tag too. I want to give it a little bit more than just this, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's just get started, and I gotta see what I have over here for cardstock. Okay, I have this. And we're just going to glue it on here. Just so that, I mean, it's a shame because we have all of this done too, but you know what? It's fine. We're going to glue that on there. I need a drink. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. I have got a tickle in my throat. Excuse me, guys. So we're doing May prompts, and then we'll be sending these journals back out the first part of June, so we can finish up the June prompts, but we won't be sending the journals again. We're going to end up with the journal that we did not originally make. So Bobi will get this journal and I will get hers. And it's just going to have touches of both of our stuff in there. It's really been a fun experience because Bobi and I really do have different styles and different tastes and things. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love everything Bobi does. I just haven't practiced them myself or done them. So it's really nice to have different styles and having both of those in a journal. Okay, there's that. I'm going to trim this down. Okay, there it is. It looks more like a journal card than a tag, huh? Okay, now the other prompt was the fabric. And so, what did I do with it? I had it. And now I don't have it. That is the name of the game for me. There it is. Okay. I know it's not really fabric. It's trim, but it's still fabric, right? That's what I chose. Okay. And this too kind of matches the spine stuff that's on the spine of the journal. I got them at the same time. Like this right here is half of what was on the spine. I cut this in half and used that for something else, but that's going to be on the top. And this is going to be glued right here, and it's going to be looped like this. Okay? Just like that. Now this, I'm going to first get this white off because that's just going to be, oh, I can't do the one here, I forgot, it slips around. It's just going to make it harder for me to tear with all that on there. Okay, that is better. So now this is going to, I'm going to work with this right here, and we're going to put it down the side. You know me and how I like to do that. So do I want to, I think I'm going to do the tear ruler because that works better for me than me doing it myself. Wow, it actually worked on the glass. Okay, so there's that. And it's going to go on here. I want most of these to show. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, we need to be a little bit straighter on there. Let me flip this over now so I can draw my lines so I know where to put the glue. So we're going to stay within that border. You know what? Let's not do that just yet. I didn't ink that, and I want it inked. What do we want to ink with? Do we want to ink? Yeah, we'll just stick with this. It's fine. Because we got color on the card. So we're just going to use this. What is it? Gather Twigs. Still, I go through phases of what my favorites are. And it just happened to be for this month, Gather Twigs. Okay. Much more better. Now we're going to glue. And that's going to go on that way. Okay. I don't want to go on backwards, upside down, all that stuff. And now we're going back within those lines. Right? Are we right? Yes, we are right. Okay. I don't even know where my scraper is. I haven't been using it lately. I realized we covered up, you know, all of the table of contents words, but the most important to me was these right here. So, all right, now we're going to trim it off. Oops, let's not cut our cardstock. We want to be close, just not that close. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's going to matter, but we're going to probably use it. That came off pretty good. These are the 3D crosses that I had bought, and I don't like to use them 3D on everything. So there's a little bit on this top cross, but it is okay. And it's going to go in the center right here. But first I'm going to make our tag. I believe that this is a jumbo tag. What do you guys think? It's such a jumbo tag that it looks like a journal card instead. Why can I not get in the right spot? There we go. And before we do all the inking, where... Uh-oh. I'll get that in a minute. The corner rounder. We got a little bit of the pink in there, or reddish colors. Okay. Well, I looked there and I saw it on my table and it was just sitting there, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's use that in one of these. One of these other prompts. And then that's when I got the idea of matching it to that pocket. And that table of contents was what was sitting right there next to me on the table when we were doing that last one. And I'm like, oh, grab this. I could have just grabbed like an actual hymn, but I didn't see any right there. And the video was getting long, and you know how that goes. Okay, so our cross is going to go here. Now I've been doing these other things too. Let me put the cross down. Let's put this cross down. Well, if my glue is going to work for me. I didn't ink it. Darn it. Can I get a little bit of ink on it? Before my glue all dries. fingers just went in it. It's okay. Okay. Let's put it on there. You know what, that sticky stuff we could probably put on. That gives it a little bit of depth. Why are we not sticking right here? That's where my finger went. Okay. All right. I don't even know what I was talking about before I put that on. Oh, the new thing that I've been doing. So I've been getting punches. I've got some matching 1.5 inch punch and a couple of different colored 1 inch punches. And what I've been doing is I like to put them together. Now you guys have seen my hidden paper clips where I use the punches. But I've been doing it on here and putting it behind sentiments. So I'm going to ink these up. So I just like to arrange them. Okay, let's go up there a little bit. And I just hold it in place and just glue where I can stick it in there. So it's at least glued on. And then I can position the other one. And you can just put them all different ways. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Okay. And I am going to, I got these sentiments. I don't remember. Was the Junk Journal Studio? What do we want? Faith, peace, patience, salvation. I think I'm going to go with faith. Faith is a vital part, or should be a vital part of our lives. I know it's a vital part of my life and my family's lives. Yeah, I had gotten some faith sentiments. I couldn't remember, I can never remember what Etsy shops I get this stuff from. And I'm searching and searching and searching on my computer, and when I can't find it, I just go get more faith words. And that's what I did with this. So I should, in the title of the file, I should put sentiments, faith sentiments or something, so that I would know. But I really want to know what the shop name is first. That's always the first thing that goes when it's on my computer. They each go in their own folders, each shop that I've shopped at. So if I, go again and it's the same shop, I'll have a folder with that shop's name. That's first and foremost. But I just need to start putting sentiments or something on the folder name. So then I say, oh, well, here's some sentiments. Let's see if they're faith. Yeah, I don't like my computer files to be all messy, so I have a very distinct way I keep everything on my computer. Okay, and then you just end up putting your sentiment on, and it looks like that. And I think they're really, really cute. I was doing some of these in the Grace Revealed Bible study. Okay, now that's going to go on here or over here. I don't know yet, but we are going to get, let me see if I've got some. I do. Let's see what we've got over here, if we got some that's big enough. You know, it wouldn't have to be under the whole thing. First, let's just, I'm thinking I'm not going to like this. Oh, here's more fabric. So if we don't like the trim being the fabric, this is fabric, right? Yes, it is fabric. I don't know if I'm going to like this because it's not. Yeah, I think that looks perfectly fine, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to glue this right here, and that is leaking out down the nozzle per normal, but we've got enough on there for this to sit on there. And we're going to cut these extra strings right there. And then this, it was not high enough. That's better. And that's just going to go right there. Another string. Now you can put these all lopsided. Just make sure your word is straight when you put it on. Just like that. I do like that. I do. Okay. Now for this, and we're going to have to arrange this in the pocket to where this isn't going to bother the pocket. So I'm going to glue the fabric itself on this one, because then I can just lay it on there where I need to lay it. So we can get it on there even. That looks good right there. Okay, and now this side. Try not to get it in too many of the holes, but you know, I want it to stick down. And then that will go there. Get this paper towel. Maybe I need my piggy. I'm gonna have to glue that side. I don't want to because it's going to squirt out the holes, but it's okay. We just won't put it in the envelope right now. And this side, because it's not going to stay down. Okay. There we go. Try and sop up as much of that as I can. Nope, don't pick it up. Okay, and it looks like that. What you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I think it turned out pretty cute. And I'm not going to stick it in there and keep it in there. I'm going to let that make sure that's dry, but I just want to see if we're going to get this in there okay. I don't know, you guys. I probably should have, since we've got this as fabric, maybe I should just take this off while I can and do a tab instead, right? Because we can just get this right off and the tab will go right over top of it. So let's do that instead. We'll use that piece for something else. I thought it was going to go through there, but it didn't do very good. So I've got another piece of this. We're going to just fold this over and make us a tab. In the long run, I think it's going to be a better idea since we've got this fabric. Nice plan. I know it's not fabric, but it will work. Okay, we're just going to put a little bit more glue on here. We won't need a whole lot because it's still pretty tacky. I don't think I will have to put any on that back side. I'm going to use, I got some glue erasers, so I'm going to use some of that on where the fabric was on here and see if I can't get that off the back parts. Because the fabric went a little bit further down. Okay, that will be better. And it can go in there, or we can even turn it a little bit. No, I don't think we can even turn it a little bit. Now we could put it in here, and it could turn a little bit like that. I don't know. What do you guys think we should do with that? I really like this idea for a bookmark going in that pocket. It's really cute, but I'm not going to leave that in there right now because it's still tacky on the back. So, but yeah, there we go. There's prompt number 4. We have one more prompt before we send these back. I don't know for sure when I will have that uploaded or recorded or any of that good stuff, but we will get it done. And I got glue on the end, so I can't stick it in there. So there we go, you guys. I thank you for staying tuned, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.